Hi guys. I don't know who guys are. I'm basically making this video for myself. But hi me. Um, I've been back on methadone maintenance for the past Saturday, so it hasn't even been a week. It's only been like 4 or 5 days since I started the methadone. Um, I was addicted to heroin and fentanyl for the past 3 months. Um, well, really, it's been for over a year. I mean, it's been on and off for the past decade, but I used to be on methadone maintenance for 3 years. I ended up doing dope on top of it about a year ago until I was doing about a bundle a day. I was doing this intranasally. I don't shoot. Um, Basically, I just ended up doing so much heroin on top of the methadone that if I didn't have the heroin, I would somehow still be sick, even though I was taking my methadone. Um, So I ended up going to rehab for it, and they decided to cold turkey me off the methadone and the heroin, and they had me on nothing besides a low dose of Ativan for the first week, and then they put me on a Subutex regimen. Uh, 6 days of it. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 off, something like that. And then I was on nothing after that for about a month and a half. Uh, didn't really have any withdrawal symptoms besides when I took the Subutex regimen. I felt some precipitated withdrawal while taking that. It was weird. I didn't really go through a big methadone or heroin withdrawal for the first month, which is usually you're supposed to get a lot of it within the first week, but nothing happened. Besides some general insomnia and some irritability, but this is 90 milligrams of methadone and about a bundle, 2 bundle a day habit that I was doing. I used to be on just like 40 milligrams of methadone here and there without even doing dope when I was 18. And I went through some wall crawling, just crying my eyes out, hot flash, felt like you're in a microwave for a week straight, just everything. Um, But when I got off the methadone and heroin this time, back when I was in rehab and cold turkeyed everything, it wasn't until a month that I started feeling just really high blood pressure, irritability, just general trouble doing things in a day. I wouldn't say it was so much of a withdrawal that made me feel uncomfortable. It just was a withdrawal that felt like it was taking a toll on my just general physical health. Like my heart was just doing bad. I just had headaches and my blood pressure was off the roof. Um, they put me on 30 milligrams of methadone then, and no, they put me on 20. Um, and I was doing that for about a week, and obviously I felt a lot better. But I got cocky and I didn't work with the program. Decided to want to feel more of a buzz, so that's when I left. I know I'm just saying all this in random spurts. I know that this will make sense to me, but I ended up going on a bender, bought 2 bundles of dope. I could only do 1 or 2 bags before feeling just being completely out of it, just passing out at gas stations, passing out standing up, not knowing where I'm at a couple minutes later, having my glasses or phone on the floor all scraped up under my feet, something stupid. And that was a big problem. I just kept doing it and doing it. And for that week, it took me a week to go through 2 bundles. And it was hard to get through because every time I did it, I was just too high, too high, too high. Um, Overdosed several times. Was in the hospital 4 times. I kept getting caught, just out of it, almost dead. That's what happens when you stop doing everything and you're only on 20 milligrams of methadone after being clean for 2 months almost. I ended up moving in with my dad. I ended up not being able to go to the clinic anymore because I got in a car crash on my way to Dover from PA, and I just couldn't make it. My dad was like, I'm not dealing with that. And I couldn't get into my old clinic at the time, so I just basically, that 1 or 2 bags that got me too high turned into having to do 4 or 5 bags to get that same high, to doing 5 or 6 bags just to get myself at a level where I'm not sick or high, and then I'd have to do another 5 bags on top of that to achieve the same effect. Hence why it ended up being, like a bundle and a half a day habit up until last week. So yeah, just for the last few weeks, it was just a constant struggle of either feeling really sick or just in a slight nod after doing just almost $100 worth in a day. That's just how it went. So I try to get back to my one methadone clinic. I found another one, and in the meantime, in between doing all this dope, I would wait a day, maybe 2, and then take a sub. And every time I took that sub, it wasn't full-on precipitated withdrawal, but it basically, by the time I felt like I needed to take a sub, I'd feel like a 5 out of 10 withdrawal. And I knew if I didn't take the sub, I'd enter like a 7, 8, 9 out of 10 withdrawal by the end of the day. So just by taking that sub, it would freeze me in time and make me constantly feel like I was 5 out of 10 withdrawal the whole day. It never got better, but it never got worse. But I did have some side effects that just, it was so uncomfortable. I felt like I could only feel half of my body, but then the other half of my body I could feel I felt too much. So I was really numb, tingly, and sensitive at the same time. It's a weird feeling. It's like you're either tingly or you either feel too much or you don't feel anything at all. But I just had this and that just fighting each other. It wasn't like I felt like just normal. Everything was... It's like this. You have an arm, and instead of hitting something and feeling general pain, you'll hit something. It feels like almost nothing, but then you get this overcoming sense of just shh in your hand, and you're like, felt like my whole body fell asleep and just woke up. That's what it felt like. It's like, it's pins and needles. It's pins and needles. Anyway, the last time I took the Suboxone before I waited to get to the methadone clinic, I took it too soon, and all day I was just writhing in pain. And for some reason, as I took more subs later that day, as I was further away from the dope I took, I just felt worse and worse and worse. It was like the Suboxone was doing the opposite. Let's just fast forward to when I finally get on methadone. Tuesday, I get my first 30. I go from feeling 9 out of 10 withdrawals to 4 out of 10 withdrawals. I was so thankful. Wednesday, 3 out of 10 withdrawals. Thursday, 2 out of 10 withdrawals. Friday, I get put on 40 milligrams and I feel no withdrawal. And I went out and had a fun day ice skating with my friends, and I was into it. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't terrible, it was fine. I was happy with that. It's Saturday today, and I am very grateful for how I feel. I'm not totally grateful to be on methadone again. It is a ball and chain, but it's so much better than where I was. Just either almost dead or feeling like I'm dying. That's not a way to live. I should have just stuck with the methadone. I should have never got cocky and did dope. The whole time I'm out there on the run, it's like when I'm sick, I just want to feel normal. And then when I get the drugs, I'm tempted to do more to feel high, because I'm like, why not? This is the time. I go through all this pain, might as well enjoy myself. I feel the way now that I constantly wanted to feel like when I had the money and I was sick, and I just wanted to be okay. That's how I feel. And now that I'm on it, I don't feel that need to want to get more high, because I don't have the bags in front of me that I can just abuse, or the triggers and the environments. And since I'm not constantly being sick, I don't feel that spiteful need to get high anymore. And I've been through this many times. You know, I was doing good for 3 years on maintenance, and you just, there's got to be an end to it, but you can't be a hero with it. You know, I tried to listen to my family, and I tried to apply it to myself. Okay, go to Banyan, get off everything. Might as well just kick it all. But I was afraid for a reason on my way there, because I knew that I needed to be on something to just, I needed to make progress. I couldn't just out of it, because it never works. Never works. But here I am. I'm still on methadone. I'm not dead. I'm thankful. It is a ball and chain, but it's a way better compromise from where I was before. Still need a plan to get off of it though, but that's not something to think about now. I have so many things to take care of. That's all.